As a freelance photographer or videographer, one of the most important things is the client experience. How you deliver your content has a big impact on what your client thinks about you and your business. And I think I've come across the most amazing way to deliver your content to your clients. Now, quick disclaimer, this entire video is sponsored by pic-time. As such, it is not an in-depth review. However, I will say this. I do not get sponsored by companies that I don't agree with, I don't like, or whose software or tool or whatever I wouldn't personally use. Now, I wish I came across this platform in particular back when I used to freelance full time, because the things you can do with it, I wish I had it before. I can definitely see the potential of pic-time, and as such, I'm very excited to tell you more about it. When I used to freelance full-time, I delivered my files either using OneDrive or WeTransfer. I would send a link and job was done. However, whilst that works, it isn't the best way to show the work that the client has spent thousands of dollars on, and it doesn't reflect as good as it could on you as the creator. And what I've found is there are a couple things that pic-time has over the traditional method, should we call it, that I'm gonna go through next as what I'd like to call pain points for client delivery. This is pic-time. At its core, it's a gallery for you to display all of the work that you've done for your client. pic-time can be used for anybody, for any type of work, photo or video. But that said, let's go with the situation I think this is best suited for, which is wedding photographers. Again though, this can work for anybody shooting anything. As a wedding photographer, you're taking hundreds, if not thousands of images all throughout the day to make sure you capture every single little moment, on top of the 20 to 30 minutes that you'll get with the bride and groom to get those staged shots as well. You'll then edit all those images, which takes hours or days, and then finally it's time to deliver. And typically you would probably do what I do, which is send a link with a single folder that has all the images, unless you've gone through the extra trouble of categorizing all of those images into various subfolders, which sounds like a headache, I'm not gonna lie. Or two, same thing, but with a USB drive that you then send to them physically. Now, there are a few things that aren't great about this delivery process, and I'm gonna go through them now and talk about how pic-time solves these pain points so easily. The first problem I find is a two-in-one. Your couple have to sift through thousands of photos just to find the handful of ones that they really want. As someone who got married about a year ago, I know if I hired a wedding photographer, which I didn't because we just did like a City Hall 40-minute ceremony, it was lovely, and honestly I just chucked some cameras at my friends and I was like, hey, do what you can, and they didn't have to edit anything, so you know, and we got good photos. So yeah, as someone who got married recently, if we hired a wedding photographer and we had 1,000 or more images to go through after they deliver them, honestly, it would be kind of annoying just to find the 5 to 10 that I really want to see, which would be, honestly, me and my wife. That's who I want to see. Probably my dogs too, but my wife and I, those are the photos that we would want to see. pic-time improves on this whole thing by, instead of you just getting a big folder with a bunch of photos, you have a nice, aesthetically pleasing gallery to browse through, which makes viewing your images a lot easier. That's all well and good, but it doesn't actually solve the problem of finding the handful of images of me and my wife. But pic-time, like I said, this is a two-in-one, has another great solution that I was genuinely excited to see when I started using this platform, and that is AI face recognition. So you can see all the photos of Aunt Bernadette and Uncle Jimmy and your mom and your dad and your stepmom and your stepdad, and then you can easily find the photos of you and your wife. Well, your clients can easily find the photos of you and your wife, I should say. I'm thinking about this from a perspective of someone who just got married, but coming back to the content creator side, the couple can find all the images they want of the people that they want to see photos of so easily just through a single click on the person's face, and then boom, it shows you all of the photos of that person. I think this feature alone adds so much to the client experience because realistically, people want to get to the results they want quickly. Now, problem number two, your earning potential ends once you've delivered your photos. Now, that's kind of a no duh, you know, you're a wedding photographer, videographer, you do the job, you deliver the job, you get paid for the job done. But pic-time has a solution for this as well, which actually does benefit your client, the wedding couple. On top of having a beautiful gallery with the AI facial recognition, they can then purchase prints through your gallery. pic-time connects to print stores all around the world so that your clients, wherever they are, can easily and quickly get prints delivered to them, framed, calendars, whatever they want. There's a bunch of options to choose from of various sizes as well. And they can easily do this just by browsing through your gallery, hitting buy, and boom, they have a beautiful physical framed photo on the way to them. Which, as the creative, is just sick, because you could 2 years down the line on Bernadette or whatever, it's like, you know what, when my niece got married, I want a framed photo of that to surprise her for her wedding anniversary or something like that. So you can continue to make money on a wedding that you have already shot years after the fact. That's absolutely insane. Now I think it's time we go through the actual process of creating a gallery with pic-time. So this is the pic-time interface. You can see here I've got a few galleries that we can go through real quick as well, but obviously the whole point is to set up a brand new gallery. So I've already got one made here for my recent 1-year wedding anniversary trip to Chiang Mai with my wife Yaz. And here you can see all the images and all the video clips I've uploaded. But let's restart this whole process. Go back, create a new client gallery. Now let's pretend we're delivering this to an actual client, let's say like a wedding client, for example. Gallery name, I'm just gonna call this Chiang Mai, which is a beautiful place in Thailand, for those of you who want to know once you see the photos and stuff. You can set the date of the gallery, and then you can upload a cover photo as well. Obviously, you could put like your favorite image of your couple here from the wedding, and then you get to choose how it's displayed on top of that for the cover design. And you have a few different presets to choose from. I'm probably gonna go with this one. This cover photo doesn't make any sense, but this is just for demonstration purposes. Next, we're gonna go to the important part, the photos and media. Here, it's gonna prompt you to install their photo uploader app. This is the fastest and best way to upload all of your photos and clips in one quick drag and click sort of situation. This little thing pops up, and here it is in my toolbar as well, pic-time uploader. For the purposes of this video, I'm just gonna upload all the JPEGs, so I haven't done any editing to these photos, but for demonstration purposes, here we go. You can see the pic-time uploader disappears and then does its thing in the background. Now, you have scenes. You could do like ceremony, first dance, cake cutting, husband and wife B-roll time, I don't know. And then you can organize things in that way just to provide a bit more separation and categorization for what the couple will be looking through after this is delivered. Now you have some really cool additional features that you can utilize for your gallery to make it stand out more so that it's not just a big display of photos. Whilst that does look nice, you can do 3 more things to make it more visually interesting. Using the featured videos feature, you can utilize clips that are up to 30 seconds in length that will then autoplay in your gallery. So as your clients are scrolling through, those videos will be playing, and it just adds to the overall client experience because it lets your clients re-experience what happened on the day. You can then even create slideshows that will autoplay in your gallery. So you'll choose the various images here, whether it's 4K or HD, the orientation and all of that, and there's a few preset styles to choose from, and then you pick the images and you've created a little slideshow that auto plays. And then you can also make a blog. Now this is kind of interesting because it's like an SEO optimized blog that you can basically write up, I guess, what happened on the day and just make like a really pretty, I mean, there's some very clear examples here, which is very useful. Just write up, you know, the name of the couple, what happened, blah, blah, blah. Could also use this for other things like fashion work as well, like I said before, but it's nice that it's more than just a gallery where you just upload images and you just scroll and that's it. You can, you know, create your scenes, you can have your featured videos that autoplay, your slideshows, the blog, things that make it more shareable, that are bringing more people to the gallery itself, and then that way as well, it then leads into more potential sales through the gallery store, which we will get to soon. Moving on to the gallery setup. This is just like the little details of how things will work and whether it's, you know, what it's for, the security policy, all the little details that do matter. It helps you have more control over your gallery. Just, it's not the most interesting, so you know, but one cool thing, you can add music to your gallery. Automations and discounts. This is another very, very useful tool. As people are scrolling through your gallery, automations will pop up saying, you know, you can use this code to buy this print for 20% off or things like that. Recover abandoned cards and anniversary gifts. So a year later, they'll be reminded like, hey, do you want to buy a framed picture from your wedding? Remember this, here's the gallery. Very, very useful because basically this gallery will continue to try and make you money all on its own. You don't have to lift a finger and it just takes care of it for you. It's such a useful tool. Now, vendors is a very interesting part of this website. So this is used to add vendors that are also providing things for the wedding or event or whatever else it is. But again, sticking with the wedding here. Let's say we have a florist, right? They're going to be providing all the flowers for the entire wedding and they want some photos from the day as well. You upload all your images. The AI in pic-time then recognizes what flowers are and it picks out every single image that has flowers in it. Then you can send all of the images of flowers and stuff to the florist and you'll share it with them, but they have to agree to the terms first. Now, whatever those terms are, be it like they have to pay to own the rights to the images perpetually, or they can download, but they can't use it commercially, you can customize that in the terms and agreements and stuff that you set for each individual vendor. Super, super cool, because essentially what this does is it allows you to make even more money from these wedding shoots. Essentially, you're not just having the one client on the day, you're having like 5 or 10 clients on the day, because you're going to be capturing everything anyway. And those people want their products shown being used at a wedding, shot beautifully. You're already doing that. So you can have the chance where you can make even more money and make even more contacts in the industry that you're in. So this is a crazy useful tool. All right, and then the next section is sharing it. This is just where you'll put your client's name and email, and then it gives you this nice little preview of what the email is gonna look like. And once everything has been sent over, you then have a dashboard that lets you see how many times the gallery has been shared, how many views it has, and how many sales that your store has generated. Previewing the gallery, we now have this, the image that does not make any sense, but then you scroll down and there's a gallery, and when you upload videos as well, it will say gallery and then videos here, and I will show that on one of the other galleries I've made. Now let me show you the shop real quick. We'll go to the store and then it gives you all these choices to choose from. And as the client, being able to just see this, what I can get, okay, a print pack of 24 matte prints. Cool, that's great. I then go in and it lets me pick the various images that I want to have printed, and then they get shipped straight to me. Looking at it from the point of view of the customer, this is just nice to be able to do. It's straightforward and easy. I don't have to download my photos and then find another website to then print those photos. It's way less clicks to then get what I want. And as the creative, it's way less clicks for my clients to make a purchase, which means I then make more money, which then means you make more money. Now let's view a gallery that has some videos in it, because then you can see the differences. Now, a much better, more appropriate photo of my wife in the pool in Chiang Mai, and then we've got the same photos from before, but then we have clips as well, and any of them that are under 30 seconds will auto play. I think they have to load as well, because majority of them are under 30 seconds, but if you just hover over it, it will start playing. And you can see, like, it adds to the experience. Everything just plays nicely, and then you can download it. It's just great. Depending on your internet speed, by the way. But these are all like 4K clips, so I'm not surprised it's taking a little bit, but it's great that you can preview the entire clip as well, and that at least when you scroll down, you do have some that autoplay straight away. Now, you remember that AI feature I mentioned earlier? If we scroll down, and for this gallery, there is only my wife here, but if we hit search, you will see that you can search by people. Now, it's put her as 2 people because one was during the day, one was at night. Mistakes happen, AI isn't perfect, but it's very cool that we can still do this, because then you hit apply and it will only show the images where you can see Yasmin's face. And it works perfectly, because remember those images from before? Her face was covered, so it filters all of those out, and now I can see all of the ones that have her face and she's in the pool and everything, and that is just great. Such a useful tool, especially if you're shooting an event with multiple people. It makes the client experience better. I just can't emphasize enough how important that can be for returning customers. So a tool like pic-time, maybe I should have gone into wedding photography, because this thing is looking very, very useful. So if you are a very busy wedding photographer or videographer, or you're running a wedding company, I can genuinely see this being such a handy tool to use, to the point it is making me consider going to wedding photography. I'm not gonna lie, it's always looked like kind of fun, quite stressful, but quite fun. But having a tool like this, I feel would make the experience better, because as someone who got married recently, I wish I had this kind of customer experience on the other end. Again, if I did hire a photographer, but this would have been something that I would really enjoyed using. Now you're probably thinking, this all sounds great, but I'm sure it's so expensive. But here's the best part. You can make your first gallery completely for free. You'll get 10 gigs of photo storage and 1 gig of video storage, as well as the amazing gallery, the client store, and sales automations, which are incredibly useful. But if you need more than that, pic-time's beginner, professional, or advanced plans may be more to your liking. And with such a range of pricing options, I can see this as something that can pay itself back in no time. You can start a 30-day free trial using the link in the description below. No card required, so you can try it completely risk-free. If you don't like it, no big deal. They don't have your information, so you're not going to spend any money after the trial. And the best part is, if you do decide to upgrade using my link in the description below, you will get 1 additional month completely for free. So tell me, what would you use pic-time for? Let me know in the comments below. And after you sign up for that free trial using the link in the description, check out one of these videos here that YouTube thinks you're going to love very much.